Four best stockbrokers in Kenya to use when you're buying your stocks. You asked for this video and I'm saying I'm gonna make it. I saw this on the comment section. That's why I always tell you, in case you have any question, leave it on the comment section. I go through all your texts, and then if it's a question that can benefit everyone, then of course I'll make a video about it. People ask me, hey Joseph, wow, lately you've been talking about buying shares or stocks or equities. But we all know that you need to have a stockbroker. Okay, which one would you suggest? Before I even start listing them on this particular board, I have to tell you this. This is not a paid advert. I am not paid by anybody. Actually, they are not even aware I'm talking about them. So it is free and you have the right to pick any you want, even outside the numbers, outside the ones that I'm going to share here with you. This is free for education purposes and it is not them paying me in any way. I'm not benefiting in any way. After laying that disclaimer, let's get on the business. This is good. Joseph, in case you're watching me for the first time, go ahead and hit that like button. Make sure that you subscribe. And of course, you leave a comment on the comment section. All right? Let's get on the board now. Number one. One stockbroker I would suggest is a stockbroker called Dyer and Blair. Dyer and Blair. Okay? Now, for those who have been buying shares for quite a long time, they have ever heard of this company. It has been there for years and years. By the way, people are asking, what do you mean, Joseph, by a stockbroker? Okay. In Kenya, not only in Kenya, sort of globally, for you to buy shares, you must have a stockbroker. I know the word broker in Kenya has a very negative term. But listen, guys, listen, my fellow Kenyans, and whoever fears the term broker, these are institutions, these are companies. First of all, they are registered, they are regulated, and they offer seamless services, they are reliable, and all those things. So the companies that I'm sharing here, I have not only known them, they are seamless, they are registered, they are regulated. Who's registered them? They are regulated by CMA. Of course, the NSE also has to make sure that these people are actually legit, or this company is actually legit. So you need to have a stockbroker for you to be able to buy shares. Never forget that. You must have a what? A stockbroker for you to do what? To buy shares. Why? For you to buy shares, you must have an account called CDS. In full, it means Central Depository System. You need to have that account. And how do you open that account? You can't go. Let me explain here. I know I'm explaining about the best stockbrokers, but I have to give you this information. This is you standing here. You want to buy shares. And for you to buy shares, you must have an account called CDS. Are we together? This CDS, it's an account that is usually opened by a what? A body or an institution called CDSE. It's the one that regulates and manages all the accounts that have been opened. But you as an individual, let's say you are John or Stacy or whatever you are, you can't go directly to the CDSE to open that account. You need to use a stockbroker. Now the broker comes in here, a registered company. You surrender your particulars, and then they open you the CDS account. I may not know how they usually work. That one I don't want to claim that I'm a perfect or I'm a very brilliant guy. I don't know how they work. But all I know is that you surrender your documentation to this company, the stock brokerage. Now, let me assume they surrender that information or whichever. Then they open you the CDSC. So the CDSC assigns you a CDS account via or through your stockbroker. Now, when you're buying the shares, you buy shares through the stockbroker, and the one we are talking about here. So the first one I would suggest, of course, is Dyer and Blair. When I say the first one, I don't mean it's the highest in the top. Actually, I'm going in a descending order, starting from number 4 to number 1. Okay. Now, the CDSC, you can actually open with the Dyer and Blair. You can get their services online, and you can go ahead and do that. Of course, I can't tell you how you can go about that because that's a premium information. The only thing you can do, you can pick that number and then you can contact me. I can show you how you can be able to get their services and you can be able to open that account. Okay. Number 2, you can also go with another stockbroker that is registered, that has been there for years, that is very regulated and very reliable, and that is called Standard Investment Bank. People call it SIB, Standard Investment Bank. This is the company that is known for Mansa X. It's the company that is known for, it's a company that has been, it's an investment. Apparently, I don't know why in Kenya we have 2 popular banks. I'm going to tell you the other one. So, Popular Investment Bank. We have three kind of banks, let me say. We have the regulator, who is the CBK. We have the commercial bank, which is the ones that we all know. And then we have the investment bank. So the Standard Investment Bank can actually facilitate you opening that CDS account, and you can be able to have it. And of course, once you have it, you can be able to buy shares, be able to invest, and of course, take yourself to the next level. They are registered. They have been there for years, and of course, I factored in some of the factors, because when you're choosing a broker, there's some of the things that you need to consider. Number one, of course, you consider their charges, okay? Or should I call it, not really management fee, but they have charges, because of course they are linking you up with that platform where you can be able to trade. In most cases, it's usually around 1.75% of whatever you're starting, all the way to 2%. So if you can get the figures of between those numbers, 1.175 to 2% of whatever you're transacting, then that is a decent figure. Number two, you have to consider what we call the reliability. How reliable are they? Number three, you have to be able to consider what we call the customer care service. Like if you face a glitch, if you have a problem, how can you resolve that? How can you be able to contact them? Can they resolve that? At what, the frequency at which they are attending to their clients. And number three, you have to consider, of course, is what we call the trading platform. We have some, we have some stockbrokers that are so traditional, such that when you want to trade your shares, I don't know, you have to call them, you have to go there physically. And nowadays, we have people who are outside the country, or you're within the country, but you're doing other things. You don't have the time to show up each and every time you're going there. Like our parents, what they used to do when they were buying shares, they used to call them literally. So, but nowadays, you have to have a way of people trading or doing so online, okay? So, Standard Investment Bank is a company that you can be able to go with for you to buy shares. Another company that I would definitely recommend is the company that is called the NCBA. Okay, NCBA, this is a bank. We all know it. It's a bank. It's one of the commercial banks in Kenya, but they have a branch within it. I don't know whether that's the best way to describe it, but they have like sort of a branch or a section or whatever, that they can be able to open you a CDS account, and they offer very good services. By the way, their services are exemplary. I love them, So yeah, you can go the NCBA way. You can be able to open an account there, and they are actually registered. And I mean, if you're a Kenyan and you don't know what's an NCBA bank, I think you've been living under the rock. It is one of the best and the biggest banks we have in Kenya. Actually, it's a tier one bank. It's a tier one. Is it a tier or tier? It's a tier one bank. Okay, so you can actually go ahead and use that particular company for you to be able to open the CDS account, for you to ultimately be able to invest on these stock markets. Are we together? Now, before I share you the first company or the fourth company, I would love to ask you, since you started watching my videos, you may not have invested, but have you ever even dared to open an account? Honestly speaking, or you've been consuming my videos without doing anything? Tell me on the comment section. Truly speaking, Joseph, I've been watching you, and for sure, up to date, I've never invested. I've never even bothered. I've never taken an action. Just tell me on the comment section. No blame game. We are not judging. We are not doing anything. In Swahili we say hatukujudge, meaning we won't judge you. So let us know on the comment section. Have you invested? And if you have invested, have you ever in any way benefited out of my videos? In any way, who can sit there and say, you know what, Joseph, truly speaking, you've done this. You may not be perfect, sure, but at least there's something I learned from you, and I did this and the other. Have you benefited in one way or the other? And if you have, then thank you very much. I've also benefited from you, because you give me your likes, and of course you leave a comment on the comment section, and you actually make this a community whereby we shall be a beneficial to each other. Are you together? Now let's get to the first one. Now the third one, or rather the fourth one, is the FIDA Investment Bank. See, these two, this one and this one, the Standard Investment Bank and the FIDA Investment. This one is known for the Mansa X, if you've ever heard of Mansa X. And by the way, I shouldn't be advertising them. I think you should tag these guys, they come here and pay for this advertisement. And this one is known for what you call the Oak Fund. Oak Fund. Regardless the name, these two are called special funds. And of course, with many other companies that offer these services. Are we together? So these are special funds, they're offered by this. So FIDA Investment Bank, again, you can use them as your stockbroker whenever you're buying your stocks, whenever you're buying your shares. So it's a company that offers very similar services. You can be able to have their app, you can be able to invest, you can be able to open an account online, you can be able to facilitate all those processes. Apparently, among the four, it's only this one that you can't open online, but the rest, I believe you can be able to open online account. Okay, so this one's, and I don't know why. By the way, it is good I've remembered this. I don't know what's the problem with our banks, except one bank, Standard Chartered Bank. I'm not advertising them. We give a credit where it is due. Are we together? Except Standard Chartered Bank, it is the only bank in Kenya apparently that they have a very seamless online way of serving yourself. Like you can open an account online. Like I'm not saying we have like others like after you can be able, but banks are so traditional. For example, if you invest in a money market fund offered by banks, I don't know, they have to send you a link that you have to click, and then from that link, then you initiate with it. It's so boring. I don't like that. I like when I'm seeing everything. Like for example, if you want to see the statement of how your money is faring, we have very new money market funds that are not even old as the bank's ones, and they have a very well elaborated interface. Whereby you just click, you can see how much you have, how much you have actually made. They even go to an extra mile of adding this money every day. You can see what you made yesterday. But these banks, I don't know, you write them an email, I don't know, they send you a link. So traditional, so traditional. I don't know whether we have the CEOs who likes of Gideon Murioki, the Joshua Igara, those great and wonderful brilliant minds of Kenya who are the best CEOs. I don't know whether they watch these videos. If they don't, forward this video to them, tell them please let them improve their interface, so that at least we can be able, especially we young people, we don't like this thing of going queuing there, standing there all day. We have a lot of things to do. I'm not saying that the older people don't, but some people don't have that human interaction all the time. I've been receiving a lot of complaints. People asking me, hey, I open a money market fund with the XYZ bank, and the XYZ bank, please work on that. Work on that. Apparently, the ones that I've shared with you here. Yes, once you open the account with the NCBA, you can be able to trade online. But for you to have it in the first place, you have to, unless they have changed. It depends on when you're watching this video. I'm making this video around August, towards the end of August in 2025. Probably you might be watching this video in 2070 and be like, what did this guy say? Maybe things will have changed by then. But as of now, I'm not liking the way these banks are doing their things, okay? So anyway, those are four stockbrokers that in Kenya, we have a lot of stockbrokers, by the way. I don't know whether they are 12 or 15 or something like that. There are quite many. I can mention a lot of them. We have Suntra, we have likes of the AIB, AIB Access Africa, we have likes of the KCB, we have likes of, will I remember the others? But we have a lot, Kingdom Securities, we have a lot of them. So that's why I'm mentioning others, because this is not a paid advertisement. This is just me telling you. Some of you say, okay, you're telling us because you're getting money out of that. No, I'm a very neutral person, very neutral individual. So those are the ones that I would say, hey, those are the best ones if you ask me, based on what I've done my own research. Yeah. So go ahead and pick any that you find it appropriate and right for you, and you can get started from there. So yeah, this is good, Joseph. Hope I've responded to this, the guys who did ask me this question. Anyway, that is it, guys. And in case you need my services in one way or the other, as far as the investments, finances, or whatever is concerned, you can shoot me a call using that number on my WhatsApp, or you can text me. Then we can talk business. See you the next time.